traction control does not turn off all the way, so you can't really whip it around. I read on the forums that you can push and hold the traction control button, which I did, and it's supposed to turn off the advanced track, which I push and hold like that, and it says advanced track off. But as soon as you start to slide, it grabs brakes and takes away throttle. So I'm going to show you. My foot is to the floor, and you can hear the engine. You can hear the engine like cutting out a little bit, and the brakes grab. So this thing does not like doing lots of crazy maneuvers, but it's still a good time. And here again, doing the same thing while trying to climb out of this little mud bog right here. It kept taking away throttle. We lost wheel speed, we lost momentum, and we never could make it. Now, as you can see here, this is a Badlands undercarriage, and normally there'd be a piece of felt under here, but it does nothing to protect these vital components, and I don't understand why Ford didn't put a metal skid plate over top of these fuel lines. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I appreciate the fact that Ford put in a bottle opener for us, but they didn't think it through, because if you're using your fold-out tray for tailgating, let's say, the bottle will not fit. You cannot use the bottle opener with the tray pulled out. So dumb. Now, I love having that extra storage tray, but unfortunately, its mounting system causes another problem. The load floor cannot be lifted to gain access to the storage underneath. Now, the Broncos that are not equipped with that second storage shelf don't have this issue. You can see, you can pull the load floor up and get access to that storage very easily. Again, I think this was something that Ford overlooked, and maybe after they got done, they were like, gee, we should have done that differently. Now, this next problem isn't so much a design issue as it is a quality issue. I parked this Bronco up on the curb, and now the rear door will not shut. I've shown this in another video where I was parked on a berm. The first week I had this car, I noticed that. I parked this on, I flexed out the suspension a little bit. Look at this. That's called chassis flex. Now, I'm probably really nitpicking with this next issue, but there is an annoying buzz in the door panel, and I notice it when I'm listening to talk like audiobooks, and it just, you can't make it go away. You can press any part of the door panel, and it's just something inside there buzzing and vibrating. And I guess I could take it to the dealership and have them look at it, but you know, anytime you take a car to the dealership, you risk them taking it apart and not putting it back together properly and making the problem worse. Another quality issue that I had with my Bronco Sport was this headlight. You could hear this thing buzz from 50 feet away. And I actually did get this replaced under warranty, and it did work out just fine. I absolutely love the power that this engine puts out, but it sounds like a diesel with all the rattling. Another issue that's common with the Bronco Sport is the front windshields like to break. And I don't know if this is because the glass is made really thin, although mine broke from the smallest of rock chips. It was so small you could barely see it, and the crack immediately spread all the way across the windshield, which was super annoying. The rear brake squeal issue is something that a lot of Bronco Sport owners are familiar with, and it's when you back up, the rear brakes just make this terrible noise. It's very embarrassing. The last thing I want to mention here is the flimsy front bumper on these things. Now, the Bronco Sport does actually have the best approach angle in its class at 30.4 degrees, but the bumper is just not up to the task of the off-roading that I do. I did add a skid plate, which helped tremendously, but the edges of the bumper are still vulnerable, and I think they could have done a little better here. Now, with all that said, I really do love the Bronco Sport, and it's mainly because of its off-road capability. It is absolutely incredible what this thing can do. I bought my Bronco Sport a year ago this week, and I have to tell you, I have put this thing through every type of off-road scenario you could possibly imagine, and it has performed flawlessly without even having so much as a light on the dash or any kind of mechanical failure whatsoever. The skid plates do their job. The four-wheel drive system is incredible in this car. for what it is, it's absolutely impressive, and I really, really do enjoy the Bronco Sport.